Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Citizen video. Today we are going to be tackling the question that I'm pretty sure a lot of you have gotten if you've been with the project any amount of time. And I've personally gotten from friends or people that have just visited the project or people who've been with the project a while. It's what ship should I get, or should I get this ship over that ship, or what ship should I upgrade to? So we're going to go over kind of what I think that should be done and what me and a couple friends are planning on doing. So to start things off, if you don't have the time to put into the gameplay loops that are in this game, like cargo, bounty hunting, dogfighting, medical gameplay, scanning, mining, these are really long loops and it will take a long time to get anything done. It takes about an hour to get any good amount of money made in the game right now. So most of the things I'm going to say in this video don't really count for people who don't have the time to put into earning from nothing. And so that's really what it comes down to for them, is if they don't have the time, then buying the ships is kind of the way that the game's built to compensate for. So if you want to buy the ships for time-saving purposes, that's why they're there, and that's why we'll be always able to buy money so we can just skip to that. That does open up a lot of kind of trolling methods, like you don't have to play the game to get the, quote, best ship. But what that does is the people who just want to skip, or that want to, don't need to, are going to be hit with penalties, that being crew numbers and escorts and all these other fuel costs and things that they'll have to contend with. So it makes flying bigger ships, or quotations, best ship in whatever role they're looking for, it's not simply the biggest one is the best one. If you're going for just you mining for a couple hours, the Prospector is going to stay that kind of best ship for that, even though it's not the one that's going to get the most ores. So that's how the game is currently based, and that's how it will continue to be designed moving forward. So there's no real best ship, it's all case-based. So for those who are looking to buy ships, who also have the time to put into the game, there's this thing that me and a couple friends, and I've heard a couple YouTubers say it too, that we're all not really planning to use our accounts that we're buying all these ships on when we get to the point where full persistence is done. We're gonna then switch over to a secondary account and just play the game from start to finish. Well, finish is not really a thing that the game will do, but we're gonna start with our starter ships, whether they be the Mustang or the Aurora, and we'll just go out and build our inventories and our ship and our hangars and everything we have from that ship. And I think that will definitely net the most amount of gameplay per time. I don't know what that really unit against you do that with, but it lets you play the game all the way through as it was intended. And there's a couple of different bonuses you get for playing it this way. One, you get to know the mechanic thoroughly before you have to play with people. So with something like a Carrack, it's a scanner ship built for scanning, has a bunch of cargo, and it's built for long missions. But you're not going to be doing that by yourself. You're either going to be flying with a escort, or you're going to be flying with other people on the ship to man the guns, or maybe somebody to pilot the rover or the Pisces or whatever it is. You're going to probably be flying it with another person. So before you have to do all this multiplayer stuff, you get to know how the scanning is done first with something like a Terrapin or a Prospector. And that way you kind of scale up the difficulty as you're going. So you start with something like an Aurora, and you get a really kind of base layer scanner. You get something with a little better scanner. And this kind of system works in every different game loop. Because if you start with the Aurora stock weapons, you figure out what they are and how they work, and then you say, okay, I want to try these guns, and eventually we'll be able to maybe rent guns, but definitely be able to sell guns back. That way we get to test guns, and if we don't like them, sell them, get a different pair of guns, and we'll get to know each of the components a lot more than just going and buying the biggest ship with the biggest guns and just going with that. So I think a lot of us are just really waiting for persistence to turn on, and then we'll not stop buying ships, but our main accounts will be this account that we've gotten everything in game on. And that kind of creates a interesting question of why buy any ships now? Just why put any more money? Why should anyone put any money into the project? And that is simply because we want to. I know most of the people who said we're going to buy a second account have also said we're not going to stop buying ships now because we like the project. We want to put more money into this project. I've gone in over $1,000 so far, and I'm probably going to be buying 1 or 2 more ships even on the list now. And that's not to say what they'll be releasing in the next 4 years. I probably want a 300 series, and I know I want the Arrow, and there's a couple other bigger ships that I might get to. But I want to fund this project, and I'll have probably a yearly amount that I'll put into this project. But I really want to get the full amount of it while supporting it. So 2 accounts make it really well, and really easy to do that. So that's kind of my thoughts on should you buy a thing. So I guess the answer would be no, unless you're trying to fund the project. I guess as a side note, they do say on every store page where you're buying something for the in-game, it's not buying something. It is funding the game, and they're giving you a in-game prize, I guess, for what you're paying. And that's really how they've said to look at it. That's how we're told to look at it on every page. So kind of, if you guys can think of it that way, as in you're funding the game that much and you're just getting some in-game bonus because of it that you can do that you can get anyway. So I just thought that was a nice point to add on at the end. So as I said, that is kind of all I got. So if you guys have any opinions about this, or you think what I've said is relevant or not relevant, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't made an account and you're still thinking about Star Citizen, I do have other videos on this channel about it, and I also have a referral code in the description that you can use to get an extra 5,000 UEC, and it also gives me a referral token, which will eventually get me ships to play with in the game, and especially with you guys on Twitch streams, which I'm still working on setting up. But definitely, if you guys are interested in Twitch streams, let me know so I can start setting those up, or prioritize setting them up a bit more. If you guys want some more Star Citizen content, make sure to subscribe, because I will be doing a lot more, and I've been doing about a video a week. I'm about to be doing 2 videos a week, if I can maintain that. So definitely subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.